A very good evening, dear listener. Reporting live from the Explorer Studios is Malaka Kayesu. And in our headlines, Uganda and Somalia agree on enacting curfews in Somalia. Uganda Airlines to host the 55th Annual General Assembly and Summit event. And Russia blames Ukraine for launching a drone attack on Moscow. Here's the news in details. UPDF Commander Land Forces Lieutenant General Kayanja Mhanga, together with the Somali National Army CDF General Udowa Yusuf, have jointly agreed to enact a curfew on the highway from Afgoye to Barawe Lower Shebela region of southwestern Somalia. This means there will be no more movement of vehicles and motorcycles at night. The generals agreed that stopping vehicle movement at night would deny Al-Shabaab's use of vehicle-borne improvised devices as a weapon of choice to carry out complex attacks. Relatively, a joint African Union transition mission in Somalia known as ATMIS has killed several Al-Shabaab fighters in a retaliation attack on the terrorists who last week attacked a UPDF forward operating base. In a statement, ATMIS said they successfully persuaded the fleeing terrorists who had earlier been involved in the attack and scores killed. Part of the statement read, ATMIS and Somalia National Army troops have successfully persuaded the fleeing Al-Shabaab terrorists involved in the ATMIS forwarding operating base attack in Bulo, Mari. A substantial number of terrorists have been eliminated. URA has revealed that it is set to introduce Small Gate, an automated self-service border control system to combat trade fraud, including under and over-declaration of imports and exports. The gates are in addition to other measures in place, such as cargo dicto scanners, barcode readers, and regional electronic cargo tracking systems used to fight fraud at the border points. Small Gate uses facial recognition technology to verify the traveler's identity against the data stored in a chip in their biometric passport, as well as checking against immigration databases. Abel Kangumire, the Commissioner of Customers at URA, said that the small gates have been procured and they will be soon be installed at the Busia border point and Busitema. KCCA, through its Keep Kampala Clean initiative, has cautioned street vendors to keep away from Kampala streets or be prosecuted. According to the Operation Coordinator Hakim Lubega, arrested vendors will be taken to the established markets with their goods for free of charge. This follows the provision of 10 acres of land by President Museveni to accommodate street vendors. Mr. Lubega said this during an operation at one of the markets near Old Taxi Park, where vendors were arrested and commodities seized. The Director of Crime Intelligence, in coordination with the Kampala Metropolitan Police, carried out an intelligence-led operation and cracked down an organized criminal gang that had specialized in the vandalism and theft of spare parts from long-distance trucks, lorries and trailers that are parked alongside the road, fuel stations, other parking lots and in vulnerable locations. According to Senior Superintendent of Police Fred Enanga, under the pretense of repairing a broken-down truck, they end up removing the spare parts on parked trucks along the Mukono-Jinja Highway. The crackdown operation covered areas of Bugembe, Katwe and Nakanyonyi in Jinja City. So far, 5 suspects have been arrested, and these include Sendagire Muhammad, Matega Dan, Mukasa Robert, Muhindo Joseph, and Jagwe Arthur. The Inspector General of Police, Martin Ochola, has applauded the police and sister security agencies for effectively providing protective cover to pilgrims trekking on foot as part of their popular annual religious commemoration to the Uganda Matters. He said that the reports from all territorial commanders indicate that there are no major incidences registered apart from a serious accident which occurred at Mairo Mbiri, Kamuli roundabout along Jinja Iganga Highway on the 27th of May 2023. Uganda Airlines is set to host the 55th Annual General Assembly and Summit event that will be held at Speak Resort Mnyonyo from 19th to 21st November 2023. Uganda Airlines CEO Jennifer Bamturachi said this will be no ordinary general summit, as it will be exciting and engaging with many learnings drawn from the industry developments. She also pledged to open its doors of hospitality, warmth and service to the delegates of the 55th Annual General Assembly. According to the Minister of Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala, the event is expected to attract over 500 high-profile delegates from the aviation industry in Africa, Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and North America. The government has rolled out a mass vaccination campaign against yellow fever disease in the country. Dr. Diana Atwini, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Health, today said that the exercise will be carried out in 3 phases, ending next year. She noted that all preparations, including procurement of vaccines, creating awareness and response, and vaccination units have been completed, adding that it was delayed by the outbreak of COVID-19 and Ebola diseases. The first phase of the exercise will target 51 districts in the Lango, Acholi, Rwenzori, Ankole, West Nile, and Bunyoro sub-regions. The Kanungu Magistrates Court has dismissed a petition filed by Fortunate Charikunda seeking to set aside a ruling that ordered her to compensate Richard Tumwine for breach of a marriage promise. Charikunda filed the petition on 17th March 2023 through Nasike and co-advocates, requesting that the ruling issued by the Kanungu Grade 1 Magistrates Court in Civil Suit number 24 of 2022 be overturned. She argued that she did not receive the original summons and was unable to file a defense because her phone was in the possession of her sister Rona at Kwasa. In the original jurisdiction, the court ruled that since Charikunda did not fulfill her promise to marry Tumwine, he was entitled to reimbursement of 9 million Uganda shillings he had spent on her studies, as well as 1 million Uganda shillings in general damages for inconvenience and psychological anguish suffered. And in our last story, Russia is blaming Ukraine for launching a drone attack on Moscow earlier today, which reportedly left 2 people injured and several buildings damaged. Russia's officials reported that at least 3 residential buildings in Moscow were damaged, citing emergency services and residents. The investigative committee of Russia has opened up a criminal case on the matter. Thank you for listening to RC on Explorer Online Radio, the home of reliable and authentic news. Have a blessed night.